Ridgeside K9 coming to you with a feeding routine for our dog, Mr. Blitz. What we do to keep him strong, keep him healthy, keep him full of energy, make sure he can absorb all the impact it takes from training, the decoy work, the high level obedience, all the endurance work that we put on him. You gotta feed the dogs right. So, with that being said, this is what we do. We use MeatMe, okay? I like the beef flavor, but the awesome part about the MeatMe raw dog food is that you can get it in single proteins, meaning if your dog has an allergy, this is not a mix-up of protein food. It's beef, it's chicken, it's rabbit, it's deer, it's turkey, but it comes in individual proteins. So each bag will be labeled as a protein you get. Very important if your dog has a unique allergy, which he does not. Now, what's awesome about MeatMe? Local company. They're right down the road, guys. They're processing plants in Fauquier County and Marshall. The farm is right there on the border of Loudoun and Fauquier County. It's awesome. They are one of the only certified USDA organic raw dog food. They are certified humane food. They are certified non-GMO food. A lot of raw dog food out there is not, guys. They are the only ones that carry all the certifications. Really good stuff. So, comes in pellets. You feed it based off the weight of your dog. So as you can see right here, comes in individual pellets, and you just follow the thing. Now, this is the truth. I cannot afford to feed Blitz solely raw dog food. It does get expensive if all you feed is raw dog food and you have a large dog. For a little dog, no problem. Relatively simple. Now, what I do is I feed a high quality kibble. I then put 2 cups of water with 3 pellets per meal. Sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times a day, depending on the activity. I keep it frozen, so I take warm water. I drop 3 pellets into warm water. I let the water dissolve the pellets. This water will be nasty when the pellets are dissolved. That's great. Pour the water in the pellets in the food. All right, guys, around. As we go to prepare this food, we're going to put just a little bit of coconut, organic coconut oil in here. Really good for eyes, for fur, for all kinds of little health issues, joint inflammation. Again, guys, don't get caught up in the supplement game. Feed real stuff. A little bit of olive oil goes in there. Olive oil, coconut oil, super, super healthy for the dogs, for the coat, for the eyes, silent inflammation, inflammation. Now we're going to take this jar. The 3 pellets have, when I said dissolved earlier, I meant to say thawed out. Sorry about that. We're going to pour it all in here like this. This is all mixed up. Again, our feeding routine, to each their own. We use high quality kibble. We use at a minimum 2 cups of water per meal. We use 3 raw food pellets per meal. Throw a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of coconut oil in there. We have a lot of chicken, so oftentimes I'll throw a whole egg in here, brown egg, shell and all. For this meal, I'm not doing it. There are eggs in the raw food, shell and all. Now you're going to watch some chaos here as I feed the big man. Make sure this food has absorbed all this moisture, all this. Feed time in the morning. He must be on his place pad. He must be waiting. If he comes off the place pad, food stops. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. If you enforce it in the beginning, in the infancy, it'll maintain all the way through, okay? Now, you see the little dogs here, little scavengers. This has to be supervised, has to be maintained. You see the other scavengers are coming in. You see them starting to patrol. Everybody knows the good food's out, good food's rolling. Yes! Leave my hand there. Do 1 solid pet. You hear him growling a little bit. We got to tolerate just a little bit there. Pop. Don't let him eat. Now I got to stay here. These little dogs will creep over, and he's actually very tolerant of it. But I always want my presence to be associated with the food. Food time is not his own time. It's not where I put him off by himself and let him eat in private. Food time is a pack experience, just like it is in the wild, and I make it really sure of that. Again, food time is pack time, guys. Food comes from me. I stay there while he's eating it. You see the little chihuahuas hanging out, my little scavengers? These guys are like the little trash collectors. Any food that falls on the ground, they'll pick up. Show that little puppy chihuahua in the back right there. You can have a very serious dog, guys. This dog has streak bites. This dog will crush you. This dog's put me in a hospital 3 times. But it doesn't mean that we can overlook basic pack structure, feeding routine. Doesn't mean we can't reach in there and pet the dog, okay? if he were to bite me right now, this would you'd see it would be a serious problem. But again, because we've always done this day one, minute one, we can breed. We can implement stability into an activity where we're eating high value food with a lot of good taste, with 3 dogs, all males, little, big, myself, touching, the whole 9 yards. So you don't have a conflict. I'm not saying do this with every dog, but if you can start it right, you can have this work, guys. After feeding, it's very important. Malinois can get bloat. So if you're feeding big meals like I do, after feeding, there's no activity, guys. He has to stay in his place for about an hour or in the kennel for about an hour. I'm not even a big fan of putting him in a big kennel after feeding because sometimes he'll jump and spin. On a place pad, he'll lay here. So I give him his Kong. I put him on place after feeding, and he has about an hour restriction to let the food kind of process, absorb, things like that. Also, you will help to not have bloat by feeding wet food. I repeat, wet food. Never forget how much kibble expands when you put it inside the dog's belly. That's why we mix in 2 cups of water. That's why we use the oils. That's why we use the raw food to help that kibble expand prior, absorb, help his body to absorb the nutrients, digestion, everything else. That's it, guys. Ridgeside K9. If you have any questions, I'm going to attach all the locations. You can get the MeatMe raw food in the link. And great stuff. We live by it. It does good. You see my dog Blitz. He's very muscular, very thick. His coat always looks wet. His eyes are always full. Teeth are always white. Ridgeside K9.